Kind of an interesting situation going on here as the inning is about to start. Ronel Blanco is having his glove checked. Laz Diaz, the crew chief, and the 4 umpires conferring right now.
Feels like they're putting their hand inside Ronel's glove to feel it. Now, if you have enough sweat, they're going to eject him.
Wow. They are going to eject Ronel Blanco from this game for apparently something on the glove. And this is terrible news for a lot of reasons. Number one, he's out of the game. And number two, if this is deemed to be something illegal on the glove, then this could be a suspension as well.
But he's trying to tell him there's nothing on my hand. It's on the. And again, we talked about how much JP Sears is sweating, but obviously enough concern.
And we've seen Ronel in the past not working as hard tonight as JP, so not profusely sweating, but he's a sweater in general. He's a guy that sweats a lot. He's going to get ejected from this game. And now Joe Espada and Josh Miller have to confer as to who's going to be the guy coming out of the bullpen, who will obviously get as much time as needed to warm up. But
they've been checking that glove the whole game. Why would
back here at Wrigley, Carlos Mendoza coming out because Edwin Diaz has just been ejected. Big Carapazza there between Diaz and Mendoza. He's the crew chief. They inspected him for the sticky stuff and didn't like what they found. And he has just been thrown out of this game. So Diaz comes on, will not throw a pitch, has been tossed. And now the Mets will have to go to a different reliever.
Bill Cuzzy inspected it. Cuzzy is the third base umpire. Called the crew together, got Tom Hallion over from first, and they're telling Torlavella what they've. Any pitcher who possesses or applies foreign substance.
Glove, a glance at the hat.
And now this is for umpire CSI. The glove goes in a bag.
And the 4 umpires will gather on the infield. Oh. As you see something on Smith's is to help with their grip. But when it's that obvious, you can't let that slide.
And it's tacky.
Jim Joyce is going to check the right arm.
He's gone.
Yep. Will Smith with a foreign substance on his glove arm.
Now, everybody does it, but everybody hides it. This was the last time. And then, but Farrell is going out to check Pineda. And they're throwing him out of the game. Oh, it's against the rules. And you just had a major incident against.
Hawk foul. Dempsey comes back, runs out of room. Still 3-2. Joe West is the plate umpire. Now Lasorda wants to know what's going on. And so here's Wendelstedt, the crew chief.
Indication of any of those things today, though. Not from where Davey Johnson was. Joe West is out there. He called in Harry Wendelstedt. And Joe is checking the string, and it seemed that Harry went in to look for moisture. Picked up on that the other night, and we have just been told that the Mets knew on Wednesday night that Jay Howell had pine tar in his glove, and that's why they checked it today. They obviously have not told anyone. As an umpire, you have to, number one, make a decision.
It goes back to that same thing, Joe, is that they need to change this rule and get more specific.
Well, Buck is out there saying, hey, what's up?
Right.
What's up here?
I mean, I guess they could say, why do you have sunscreen on?
Oh, boy. Is he calling out his substance on bringing it to the attention of the umpire? It's going to be an awkward conversation.
It's been closed the whole game. But it's something the guys use to mix with rosin to help them.
The game. Brian Mattis.
2-2. This one to right. Smith is out there and makes the catch. 4 fly balls in the inning. 1 leaves the yard. That was John Birdie, and it's 1-0. Well, the entire complexion of this game has changed in just a few seconds after we went to break. Madison Bumgarner, you see Torey Lovullo right now, who was tossed last night, is between the home plate umpire, a young guy in Ryan Willis, and the crew chief, Adrian Gonzalez. Bumgarner coming off the mound, gesturing, and he was thrown out of the game. Watch this. He was obviously steamed at the home plate umpire, and then the search of his hand. Now look, if we could go back and watch the search of the hand again.
I'm not sure it was the hand part of it.
Right, I think it was what he said, but I've seen the hand check, and it takes maybe 2 seconds.
Right. Well, here you see Bellino not even looking down at his hands. You know, most umpires come out, they check your hands. You see him right there, he's just waiting. He keeps waiting, looking for Bumgarner to look up. And then when they make that eye contact.
And Bumgarner is not making eye contact.
No.
He's still.
And when Bumgarner says, you're still on my hand and you're staring at me, so now I got to say something.
Those are 6 and 9. Niekro drops it in for a strike, 2-1. New York got beat. Cleveland 2, New York nothing. Tom Candiotti threw a one-hitter for his second shutout of the season. Candiotti's no-hit bid was spoiled by Mike Easler's leadoff bloop single to center field in the 8th inning. For the game, Candiotti struck out 5 and walked 1. They are inspecting Phil Niekro and saying he's either loading up the baseball or something, and Tom Kelly's really getting into it with Dave Phillips and with Tim Cheetah. Dave Phillips took a baseball of Gaylord Perry's to New York one time.
They're checking him all over. I've never seen him do a search like this, quite like this before.
And
he's out of there.
He's been kicked out of the game. They kicked him out of the game. They found the foreign substance coming out of his pocket, and then out. So Dan Schatzeder will be the new pitcher, and he's going to start taking his warm-up tosses. We need to give you a station identity.
I got to believe that is going to be it. They will wave bye-bye to Hector, bring in Sagua out of the bullpen, and he'll come in with the sacks full of socks.
In the first week of this, we have seen a lot of pitchers giving their equipment to umpires and then walking by immediately. That has not happened with Hector Santiago as he was coming off the mound here at Guaranteed Rate Field. The umpires have stopped him. Phil Cuzzi over at the edge of the field.
You know, there's a few things in the glove besides sticky stuff. Number one, you can take a look at the eyelets of the glove, and if they're raised, you're maybe scraping the baseball. Or maybe there's something that can scrape the baseball and get extra movement, but it would appear that something was untoward in the glove of Hector Santiago, who can't believe it.
We have our first culprit of the new system of checking pitchers. Hector Santiago has been thrown out of the ball game. Scott Service doesn't like it at all, and with this, it's going to be a suspension, and you can't replace him on the roster.
You know, I'm wondering if, and you saw the umpire grabbing his wrist. Maybe there was something that he thought transferred from the wrist to the inside band of the glove, because that's what they were looking. They were looking over the inside band of the glove. Now the fans are booing Hector Santiago.
And Hector Santiago is the first person tabbed